Just have a look. These are another 5 questions, okay, which we can solve logically, okay, with a super smart way. That's what I am saying. See, all these are the standard problems. There is a perfect routine traditional procedure, but now we are moving with the logical approach without going with the standard procedure, without going with the actual procedure. Logically, we are going to solve. Just think about the first problem. See, 0 less than or equals to alpha 1, alpha n and so on less than or equals to pi by 2. That in the sense all the angles are in the first quadrant which lie in 0 to pi by 2. And one relation is given that the product of all these tangents of those angles is 1. Okay. See, the question is not mentioning that, see, we may take any value in the place of alpha 1 and alpha 2 like that, okay. If they are equal, no problem, okay. The question is not mentioning whether they are distinct or whether they are equal. So, since the product of all these things is 1, we know that tan 45 degrees is 1, tan pi by 4 is 1. Since the product is 1, from this our idea is alpha 1 is equals to alpha 2 is equals to and alpha n is equals to pi by 4. Every angle, if it is 45 degrees, for sure the product is 1. There are many cases to make the product as 1. Among those many cases, one possibility is this. Just I am paying my attention on that possibility. Okay? Right. So if all the angles are pi by 4, then the product of all these things is 1. That is very clear from the given relation. Okay? And now we are going to find the required value, required expression. What it is given? Cos alpha 1 into cos alpha 2 into and so on into cos alpha n. Just a simple logic. We need to replace all these angles now with pi by 4. So what is cos pi by 4? Cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So the first one is 1 by root 2. Second one is 1 by root 2. Last one is 1 by root 2. How many 1 by root 2s are there? Since there are n terms, we need to include n 1 by root 2s. So if you multiply all those things, you will get that 1 by root 2 to the power n. This 1 by root 2 to the power n can be simplified as this root 2 is 2 power 1 by 2, right? So I can write it like this: 1 by 2 to the power 1 by 2 to the power n, and that is equals to 1 by 2 to the power n by 2. Then at the end, the answer for the first problem is 1 by 2 to the power n by 2. There ends the problem. Okay, so once again just look at the problem. The angles are in between 0 and pi by 2. So we have a chance to take any value in between those two. The angles may be equal or may be distinct. Okay, that is not mentioned in the question. And that's why just I am taking that all those angles as equal, and it is equals to pi by 4. So if you replace these angles with pi by 4, every value is 1 by root 2 here. Since n terms are involved, 1 by root 2 to the power n, and on simplification this is 1 by 2 to the power n by 2, and that's your answer. There ends the first problem. Okay. And now next you just look at the second problem. See, again without actual procedure, we are going to solve the second problem also with a logical approach. Okay, just think about it. How to solve it? See, tan x is equals to b by a is given. I need to take any suitable value in the place of a or in the place of b. Okay. See, just I am taking that b is equals to 0. You just take b is equals to 0. What will happen? If b is equals to 0, what will happen? If b is equals to 0, b by a will become 0. That in the sense tan x is 0. Since tan x is 0, x is also 0. So if you take b is equals to 0, from there it is very clear that x is also 0 degrees. And now that is from the given relation. Now we need to find that root of a plus b by root of a minus b plus root of a minus b by root of a plus b. What is its value? And from the given relation, if you replace b with 0, there is no that b right here, then you will get that root of a by a plus root of a by a if you replace b with 0. And that is very clear, 1 root 1, and then again it is root 1. Okay. Yeah, a by a is 1. Root 1 plus root 1, which is equals to 2. So your answer is 2. Now you need to check the options. Okay. You just replace 0 in the place of these options. If your answer is 2, then that's your choice. Okay. If you replace 0 here, sin 0 is 0, this value will become 0. Okay, leave it. If you replace 0 here, again sin 0 is 0, you can't, this is also not your choice. And you need to replace 0 in these two options. If you replace 0 here, what will happen? Cos 0 is 1, the numerator is 2, but the denominator will become sin 0. Sin 0 is again 0. If the denominator is 0, it is not acceptable. So this is also not your choice. When you replace x with 0 here, see, cos 0 is 1. Then the denominator again cos 0 is 1. So on simplification, this is your choice. Okay. So for the second problem, if you take b is equals to 0, you will get x as 0. That is from the given relation. Then to find the required value, again you need to replace b with 0 here. If you replace b with 0, you will get that result as 2. Then you need to choose one option among these given 4 from x, which is equals to 2. And this second option is only gives us 2, and all the remaining are failed in this case. Okay, that is your answer. There is the problem. Then coming to the last problem again, sin alpha plus sin beta is equals to a, cos alpha plus cos beta is equals to b. Now again I have different chances to take angles in the place of alpha and beta. I can take any angle in the place of alpha and beta. But what I do is, if that alpha and beta are equal, then it is somewhat comfortable for me. Okay, why it is comfortable? Because this is alpha minus beta by 2, right? If alpha and beta are equal, then easily I can subtract and that value is 0 and the result is 0. And that's why it is somewhat comfortable for me just by taking what? Alpha and beta as equal values. So just to simplify, I am taking that alpha is equals to beta is equals to any angle you can take. I am taking here pi by 4 because sine, cos and tan are involved, right? So I am taking that pi by 4. Alpha is equals to beta is equals to pi by 4. Okay. Then what you say about a value? You just look at that. Sin pi by 4 and sin pi by 4. Sin pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. Sin pi by 4 is again 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 and 1 by root 2, 2 by root 2. Okay, a is equals to 2 by root 2 and on simplification you get it as root 2. So your a value is root 2 by taking alpha beta as pi by 4. A value root 2, b is also root 2 only. A is root 2. Similarly, if you calculate b, cos pi by 4 and cos pi by 4, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 2 by root 2 and root 2. b is also root 2. So this a is root 2, b is root 2. Then what you say about tan of alpha minus beta? This particular value we need to find. See, it is very easy, I think so. Since alpha and beta are equal, alpha minus beta is 0. So this value is 0. Are you accepting? Yes. So alpha beta are equal, alpha minus beta is 0, tan 0 is 0. So we need to choose one option among these two which gives us 0. Okay. So when you think about to make a 0, see the numerator is always positive here, it never be 0. Here also a square plus b square always positive, it never be 0. Here also all are positive numbers involved in the numerator, it is also never be 0. Then our option is again the second option. If you look at this option, a is what? Root 2. Its square is 2. Okay. B is what? Root 2. Its square is 2. So on simplification, this second option gives us 0. And again, this is your choice. So this is the objective approach of solving the problems. Okay. Just have a look. I will give you the next two. So again, we need to go with the logical approach. Okay. So we need to fix some angle in the place of A. From there calculate K, that's the given relation, and then you need to calculate the required value. With that we need to choose the suitable option, right? First of all, which angle we need to take in the place of A, right? If you wish to take A as 0 degrees, there is some problem actually here. Why? Because if A is 0 degrees, numerator is tan 0, denominator is also tan 0 if you replace A with 0. So tan 0 and tan 0 means 0 by 0, so it does not exist in mathematics, okay? And that's why you don't take that A as 0 degrees. Then you need to choose some other option, okay? So then my idea is, because the numerator is tan 3A, okay, if I make it 180 degrees, tan 180 degrees is also 0. Whenever I make it 180, by taking A as what? 60 degrees. So my choice here to take is A is equals to 60 degrees. So take A is equals to 60 degrees. If I take A as 60 degrees, then what to say about the value of K and what to say about the required value. So just I do here. If I take A is equals to 60 degrees, then the K value is nothing but tan of 3 into 60 degrees divided by tan 60 degrees. So it is very simple. When you look at the numerator, 3 into 60 is 180, tan 180 is 0, 0 by this tan 60 is root 3. So 0 by anything is root 3, 0 by anything is 0, and that's why the value of k is 0 here. Okay. Now the value of k is 0 here. Then we need to express the required value in terms of k. So what is the required value here? When coming to the required value, sin 3a by sin a. Again the same logic. We need to replace a with 60. When you replace a with 60, sin 3 into 60 degrees divided by sin 60 degrees. Now again sin 3 into 60 is sin 180 by something. Sin 180 is again 0. This required value is also 0. Right. Required value is also 0. So we need to choose the options where there is a choice, where there is a possibility to get 0, okay, with the given restriction. Okay. When you look at here, this is given as 2k by k minus 1. Okay. Since no restriction is mentioned on k, that represents that k can take any real value here. But since the denominator is k minus 1, this is not definable at k is equals to 1, so we can't take this as our choice. Then we need to move for the next one. This is 2k by k minus 1. Okay. Here again k belongs to 1 by 3 to 3. Since k belongs to 1 by 3 to 3, in this range clearly 1 is there. That in the sense k takes 1 at some position. If k takes 1 at some position, again the denominator will become 0. This is not acceptable. So this is also not our choice. Then whereas coming to this case, k is not belongs to 1 by 3 to 3. So since k can't take the values which are in between this 1 by 3 to 3, so k can't take 1, so this is acceptable. Since k can't take 1, this is acceptable. But we need 0. See, is there any possibility to make this 2k by k minus 1 as 0? Yes. If k is equals to 0, 0 is not there in this boundary. Okay. So k won't take the values from this boundary. K will take the values outside of this boundary. So outside of this boundary 0 is there. K will take 0. So if k is 0, this value will become 0. So for this expression there is a possibility to get 0. Right. Then coming to this situation. Again look there, k is not in this boundary. So k can take out of that boundary. So k can take 0. If k takes 0, the denominator will become 0. Again this is also not acceptable. When you check each and every option, it is very clear that this option is your choice. Okay. Again look at the problem. See, if tan 3a by tan a is k, then we need to find sin 3a by sin a. First of all, fix a, get k. Then the required value is again 0. We need to choose the suitable option among this, which one gives us 0. Okay. There ends the problem. Right. Then the 14th problem is clear. Then look at the 15th one. What it is given. If tan beta is equals to n sin alpha cos alpha by 1 minus sin square alpha, we need to get the value of tan of alpha minus beta. Again for this problem, here alpha minus beta is given. So if alpha and beta are equal, then it is comfortable for me. Because if alpha and beta are equal, tan 0, I will get it as 0. So and that's why just I will take that alpha is equals to beta is equals to pi by 4, which means 45 degrees. If alpha is equals to beta is equals to pi by 4, then replace in the given relation first. Tan pi by 4 is 1 is equals to n into sin alpha is 1 by root 2, cos alpha is again 1 by root 2 divided by 1 minus n into sin square alpha. Sin alpha is 1 by root 2 and its square is 1 by root 2 square. See, n into 1 by root 2 into 1 by root 2 is n by 2. N into 1 by root 2 square is again 1 by 2. This is 1 minus n by 2. You just send it that side. So you will get from this 1 minus n by 2 is equals to n by 2. Since 1 minus n by 2 is equals to n by 2, you just do some simplification. You will get that n is equals to what the value of n? 1. Is it clear? So n by 2 plus n by 2 is n and that is 1. So n is equals to 1. Right. So if you take alpha is equals to beta is equals to pi by 4, you have n value as 1. Now when alpha is equals to beta is equals to pi by 4, both are equal, right? So alpha minus beta 0, tan 0 is 0. So among the options we need to choose the option which gives us 0. So by replacing n is equals to 1. If you replace n is equals to 1, then this 1 minus n into tan alpha clearly gives us 0, because if n is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 into tan pi by 4 is 0. So this option gives us 0. So this is our suitable option. Okay, there ends the problem. Just have a look.